What's up, my mind your money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. So let's see what happened in the news. It says the S&P 500 crosses 6,500. Dow hits record after Nvidia earnings. Surprise GDP jump. Yeah, they keep hating on Nvidia. Did better than expected, but it still took a hit. And I can understand it taking a hit, to be honest with you. It's like they're trying to control this monster of a company and what it brings to the table, because it's the leader in the future of artificial intelligence. So I completely understand from my perspective, but I'm not an expert. So do your own research. All right, so let's get into it. It says U.S. stocks rose again across the board on Thursday as Wall Street weighed signs of resilient economy and the move by Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook to sue Donald Trump, while the dust settled on Nvidia's earnings. The tech-heavy NASDAQ composite led the way higher, rising 0.5% to close just shy of a fresh record. The S&P 500 rose 0.4%, crossing the 6,500 level for the first time as it set a second consecutive all-time high. Hey, I've been saying the S&P 500 is a good bet. It's a good bet. It consists of the 500 largest companies in the U.S. It moves up in small increments, but it's slow and steady. And the price of SPLG is low enough to where you can buy consistently every month these stocks or these ETFs. Buy a small amount. Over time, it builds up. You go from a couple of shares to hundreds of shares to thousands of shares. And so when you get to tens and 20s and 30s thousands of shares, these 20 cents, these $1 increments a day that you're gaining on these stocks is making you thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars over the long term. This is not a short-term gain, at least for me. All right, so either way, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ticked up 0.2%, enough to notch its own record. So the government said U.S. GDP rose 3.3% in the second quarter, a surprise bump up from its first estimate and a broad rebound from a 0.5% dip in quarter one. That was due to a variety of factors, notably a decrease in imports that followed a quarter one import surge to front-run tariffs, as well as a healthy pickup in consumer spending. I guess you guys out there spending money. Well, I know I did. I was in Hawaii spending away. So meanwhile, jobless claims fell as layoffs remain low. So another economic test looms on Friday. What's happening Friday? With the July reading on PCE, consumer inflation, closely watched by the central bank, due in the morning. So investors were also watching for ongoing dispute between Trump and Cook. Thursday, Cook sued the president after refusing to bow to his termination letter earlier this week, the biggest test yet of the central bank's independence from executive branch influence. Interesting. So meanwhile, the initial cloud over Nvidia lifted as investors dug into its quarterly report, seen as a test of the AI trade driving stock gains this year. The chipmaker shares closed down nearly 0.8%, pairing bigger immediate post-earnings losses as the company's disappointing data center sales and uncertainty over its future in China overshadowed its earnings beat, because it beat their earnings. They made like $46 billion in certain sectors. They're making a lot of money. So Nvidia stressed that demand for its AI chips, which power applications like ChatGPT remotely from data centers, is healthy, countering recent fears of an AI bubble about to burst. CEO Jensen Huang touted extraordinary demand for the company's Blackwell AI GPU, their graphics processing units. That's the latest one that's out. So Huang also told Yahoo Finance that the company is getting fired back up to sell chips into the $50 billion China AI market, following a short-lived export ban, though geopolitical uncertainty remains an overhang on that opportunity. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's pretty much it for the stock news today. So let's see what happened. Like I said, Nvidia took a hit. They lost $1.43 today, closing out at $180.17. My information technology ETF FTEC gained $2.12, closing out at $210.61. Tesla, they lost $3.62. I was about to say something else. Closing out at $345.98. Palantir gained $1.40 today, closing out at $158.12. Broadcom gained $8.35 today. That's interesting. Closing out at $308.65. I feel like keep my feelings out of it. I was about to say something. Okay. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, gained 27 cents today, closing out at $76.36. Meta, I'm sorry. I just realized I had this fan on. I was trying to cool down. Hopefully you can hear me better now. Either way, Meta gained $3.73 today, closing out at $751.11. Apple gained $2.07 today, closing out at $232.56. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I just noticed this little point here. It says Nvidia reported 46.7 billion in revenue in quarter two. Yeah. It is what it is. All right, so as always, get out of debt, people, because it's holding you back. It's keeping you from investing. It's keeping you from having control over your life. It's keeping options away from you. It's keeping you from creating generational wealth, not having life insurance or anything to pass on to your loved ones after you're gone. It's keeping you from going on vacations. It's keeping you from purchasing a home, buying a good car, leaving that job that you don't like and don't want to do. It keeps you from not following your heart or your dreams. Yeah, so get out of debt. And the only way that you can do that is by creating a plan. And that plan is called a budget. Yeah, so when you create that budget, you typically will find free money. You can see where you can start cutting. You can stop going to Starbucks every morning before work. Make your own coffee. You can stop going to McDonald's drive-thru or whatever fast food restaurant drive-thru for breakfast. You can make your own. Get up soon enough by going to bed early, right? To make your breakfast. You can stop going out as much. Stop eating out. Start cooking more. And stop throwing out food that you don't cook. Wasting money at the grocery store because you're always eating out. You can stop shopping as much. You can stop using your credit card. So on and so forth. You can find money when you create a budget and you create a plan, when you are ready to get out of debt and you're tired, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke, right? So you create that budget so you can start telling your money where to go. But when you're paying off your debt and you've created your budget, stop all investments. You want control over all of your money so you can get rid of this debt like student loan debt, car loan debt, personal loan debt, credit card debt. Pay off the debt. List them lowest to largest and just pay them off and start that snowball. Then once you paid off all of your debt, now you can start investing 15% of your income back into retirement. You can also create a 529 plan for your kids' college fund. You can also create 3 to 6 months of living expenses for emergencies, like car repairs, hospital visits, home repairs. You get my drift, right? Yeah. And then if you have a mortgage, now pay off all your mortgage. You have no bills. You have all this free cash. You have an emergency fund. Your kids are good to go. Your investments are good. Pay off your home. If you don't have a home and you're renting, that's fine. Keep renting. But if you want a home, save up to 20% of the purchase price of the home, put it down on that home, and finance that home for 15 years, like I did, and pay it off. You can pay it off soon. I paid mine off in 27 months. I was very aggressive. You don't have to be that aggressive. You can take 5 years if you want to and live a good life. But at the time when I was paying off my house, my job had moved me overseas. And so being overseas is a different vibe. I felt like I was on vacation. And since I was living there, I didn't have to spend a lot of money. So I just chucked all of my money towards my mortgage and I paid it off in 27 months. And I have now been debt free for over 4 years. Yeah. So, yeah. And then after you pay off your mortgage, you do what you want to do. You can live like no one else. You can give away more money. You can invest more money. You're just filled with options to do whatever you want to do. You can come up with a plan to retire early. You have options, right? And there's nothing better than options. So, I'm going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.